We drove from Bangalore to Gujarat and we visited quite a lot of temples on the way. Like we started with Maharashtra, Kolhapur. Told you when we were climbing up, we were meeting a lot of village tribal people climbing down. And one of the lady we talked to her, and she was telling me, madam, you can go. Nothing will happen. You'll not have any pain. You'll feel fresh after you visit God. Yeah, of course. Very sad. In some temples, the purohits are in such poor state that it becomes really hard to talk to them also, because they come out with their problems to us.
The more we will talk to you, the more we will know your stories, the more effects and more impacts will come out. Namaste Bhakto, welcome to Bhakts.com podcast, where we bring forth voices who believe in Sanatan Dharm, Hindutv and Akhand Bharat. Today's guest is someone whose quiet work is a living example of devotion without publicity. Shalini ji is from Bangalore and has been traveling with her husband to the hidden temples of Bharat, forgotten, remote or ruined temples, not for Instagram but for Ishwar. She prefers telling her stories in person with feeling and touching hearts in local clubs, community circles, and conversations. Raised in a RSS rooted family, she absorbed Dharma through her environment rather than activism. Today, her journey continues from one unknown mandir to another, preserving not just bricks but bhav. So, let's welcome Shalini ji to the podcast and learn from her sacred vending. Please welcome.
Yeah. Namaste, Himanshu ji. Thank you for calling a very, very common person like me into your podcast. I really appreciate that. Coming to my background, my full name is Shalini Prabhu, and we are based out of Bangalore. Married for last 33 years. Happens to be tomorrow my wedding anniversary. Okay. So, we professionally, as such, I am a software engineer passed out way back in 1990, and then almost a decade and a half with professional experience. Right now, uh, as a software manager, I worked for a few years, and then my husband started his own business. That's when we got into extensive training, including technical and soft skills. And for last 5 years, yeah, we kind of came out of the training business also. And right now we have a my husband works as a financial advisor. He is a mutual fund distributor, and I assist him in his job. But yeah, one of the main things what we are doing right now is visiting, as you said, unknown temples also. It's not that we are visiting only no unknown temples. We visit known temples also. But yeah, I mean, that has become our passion and our routine. And yeah, I am not at all a Instagram lady who post pictures, nothing. I just when I meet people, I talk about temples so much. So I get calls now saying, okay, Shalini, we are visiting this place. What is the temple you advise us to go where and all? So I share my itinerary to them and advise them, okay, you go to these places. So this way I think I'm spreading the temple knowledge or temple tourism aspect of India, which is actually not very much explored. People don't find time, but people should make time. That is my motto, and I would like inspire people to visit more and more temples and spread our dharma through that.
So, how this idea came up? I mean, if we ask about your family background and your upbringing, childhood upbringing, was it family connections with RSS, or big personalities, those who are very much into dharma, they used to visit and you were influenced?
No, as I to give a background, I come from a very, very strong RSS background family. Right from my childhood days, say 7, 8 years, 2 rooms in our house was occupied by RSS and emergency working people those days in 1977, 76, 77 during emergency days. 2 rooms were occupied by them, and 3, 4 guys, men used to stay there. I was a very small girl, but I got involved in their activities in my own way, talking to them and being like, in fact, what used to happen was they used to take me around when they go for their activities to give a feel to the police that they are a family people, not emergency working karyakartas. That used to be the thing. And like, right from a small day, I was brought up in a small town where, like, temple activities is a routine for people staying over there. It is not kind of something alien. Every person, in the small town, whenever there is something activity in temples, they gather, they share the others. So I grew up in such an environment. It was not something new for me going to temples then. But after marriage, I think for around 15, 20 years, I was totally out of all these things because I was held up professionally and my children growing up them. So all those activities made me fun. I think one major thing happened in 2014 was when Modi ji became the prime minister and he started talking about our heritage, our culture, our temples. That was when I think I got inspired and slowly opened up to my husband and told him, like, okay, shall we visit this place? Shall we visit this place? He also got it. He's, I think, car driving is a passion for him. He never gets tired. So,
He loves fun driving.
he loves driving. So he was not very keen then, but I put an interest, I think. I mean, I talked to him and we got convinced. Okay, then we started in 2015. My two children also were in the hostel studying. So only we both were there here. So we had our time. First 2 years we visited only hill stations, all hill stations, driving in Tamil Nadu, here, there, everywhere. We got bored of visiting hill stations. I think then onwards, 2016 onwards, I think temple visits are taking more this one. In fact, we drove from here to Gujarat, and
Okay.
yes, we drove from Bangalore to Gujarat and we visited quite a lot of temples on the way. Like, we started with Maharashtra, Kolhapur, Pandrapur, Nasik, and Somnath, Dwarka. And on the way back again, I think one or two temples in Karnataka, Belgaum, and all that. We came back. So it was around 5,000 kilometers of road trip we took visiting all the places. Yeah. And this thing we do repeatedly. We keep doing it.
So, if I talk about state-wise, how many states you would have covered overall for this temple visit?
Tamil Nadu is our favorite. I think we would have had at least 4 rounds of at least 20 days of travel in Tamil Nadu we would have done till now. But yet it is not complete. It still might need another 1 month, 30 days of travel within Tamil Nadu to cover at least the main temples. There are quite a few pending still. Kerala has also been our favorite. We visited Kerala for Guruvayur, I think, an Anantapadmanabh temple, Tiruvananthapuram, and small temples, Bhagavati temple, and Vadakanathan temple in Kerala. All those temples we have visited. Maharashtra, quite a few we have finished. Karnataka, of course. I mean, it is like, a Saturday, Sunday we are free. We drive and go to nearby. I think we have covered up all nearby Hoysala temples, which are, I mean, very, very nice. Something like Belur Halebid, and there are more. I mean, more famous temples also in Javgal and Somnathpur in Karnataka. So those temples we have already visited. We have touched Orissa for Jagannath temple and quite a few
Okay.
temples in, yeah, Bhuvaneshwar. Yeah, we have gone to Kashi twice. Yeah, twice to Kashi. And in Kashi, I think I would like to state, like, people go to Kashi Vishwanath temple and say another three, four temples, famous temples. But we tried to explore the unknowns there. Yeah. And one particular temple I would like to, this is the Gauri Kedar temple on the Kedar Ghat. On the Kedar
Okay.
Ghat, there's one temple called Gauri Kedar. It's a very beautiful temple, unexplored. They say it is as important as Kashi Vishwanath temple. And there are
Okay.
other two Omkareshwar temple also. Three temples very prominent in Kashi, but two are unknown. One is Kashi Vishwanath, one is Gauri Kedar, and the other Omkareshwar temple. They are very in remote areas. There is nothing over there. But the vibration, what I experienced in Gauri Kedar temple was kind of, I would never forget. And one thing we always do is talk to the Purohits there whenever we
Okay.
go. We talk to the Purohits, we draw them into conversations, and they are the ones who tell the secrets in those temples. They tell what is this Murti, what is that Murti, why is this temple, and they feel so happy and thrilled that somebody is talking to them.
So, do you record all these conversations? Something would have been come out very important, or something which would be people should know about. Like you have mentioned, this Gauri Kedarnath temple, which is as sacred as Vishwanath temple, but people don't know. Even I don't know. I have visited Kashi many times, but I don't know. I mean, how do you pass on this information then?
I am recording all this very valid, valuable information uh, as a record in my this one. Wherever I go, I record everything. As such, yeah, I have not published anything as of now. But yeah, going forward, I would like to publish it somewhere, make a blog, and kind of make it available for the public.
I think it could be a great thing if you publish like a book or photo book or a blog, because this will be very useful. This information would be very useful for many people. Many people would be there like you who wanted to know which temples we should visit. I mean, your information will help them to make their journey.
Yeah, right. Well, the relevance of this Gauri Kedar temple, Shiva temple actually in Kashi forms a Trishul. The
Hmm.
center Trishul thus is Kashi Vishwanath. The other two
Hmm.
are what I mentioned now. One is Gauri Kedar and one is Omkareshwar. Omkareshwar again is made of three temples. U, Ma. So Om. So there are three small temples in that Omkareshwar temple complex as such. In fact, when you go to Omkareshwar temple, you can sit and do Abhishek on the Shivling. It is accessible to that extent.
Okay, that is
Yes.
not possible in any major
Yes.
temple.
Correct. You can sit there and put. We did the Abhisheka. There will be a priest sitting there, and we can do Abhishekam there. A lot of people from Telugu, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu would be there in that temple.
Okay.
There is some connection with Andhra Pradesh and Telugu, Tamil Nadu people to that Omkareshwar temple. Those temples are unknown, very small, but they carry a lot of vibrations and vibes. People should start visiting them. That's what I feel.
So how do you know about these temples? Ki I have to visit this temple when I go there.
Correct. Twitter has been my source of information for last 7 8 years. I
Okay.
follow a lot of people who are extensively into this. And yeah, the algorithm plays very well. I open Twitter, I get to read only about temples these days. There's nothing much coming up. The feed
I
what
think
I
you
get is
yeah. So I think you would follow this Narsimha. They do a lot of temple rejuvenation in South India mostly Narsimha, and they have been funded also by Sangam Talks
yeah.
by Mr. Rahul Devan. And then there is also one person, I just forgot the name. I made his thread as well, and he is in team of Rajiv Malhotra ji, and he is also working on temple
Yeah.
networks.
Temple.
So I made his thread.
Okay.
That's good to know. Like your source of information is online. So what are your challenges when you visit them? I mean, what kind of challenges you face when you go, or it's very simple to go and visit?
No, I don't think it is simple because a lot of places, even your Google Maps don't work. You such remote temples, it becomes very difficult to kind, even people will not know. First of all, you will not get a person who can take you there so easily. Google Maps don't work. It often takes you in routes where wherever, in whichever mode you're traveling may not work well there. In fact, just last week we were in Tamil Nadu. We wanted to visit kind of, meaning Divyadesham temples. So we were in Tamil Nadu, and it so happened, along with the Divyadesham, I happened to read about a temple called Lalitambika Temple. That is the place where first Lalita Sahasranama was chanted. It holds it holds such a very sacred place for people who read Lalita Sahasranama. So I just wanted to visit the temple. We just put a Google map and we thought, okay, it was 40 kilometers. We thought, okay, evening 4 o'clock we started and we went. And Google map took us through a road for at least 5 6 kilometers. It was just wide enough for our vehicle to pass. There was nothing, haunted road. Thank God it was only 4 o'clock in the evening. I was just thinking, if it was after 6 or if it is a little dark, it wouldn't have been possible also for us to go, because if any vehicle comes from the opposite side, there's absolutely no space to go. So we went, we reached the temple. Once we reached the temple, life is so good. There are people there. There are people who chanting Lalita Sahasranama, doing all kinds of this, full of activities in the temple. We just spoke to the people around and asked them, okay, did you take the same road which we went? And they told, no, 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 you just take the opposite road. 100 meters, there is a main road. It was just 100 meters and we got a full highway track over there. I don't know why Google Map took us through this road. So we
This
land up into such situations quite often. We should have our we should have the goal to go. It's not easy, and you should have a companion who thinks the same way as you. Luckily, both of us think the same way, and of course you should be fit and fine. We park our car somewhere and we have to walk kilometers sometimes. Each day, when we were in Tamil Nadu for 4 5 days, I think probably we would have walked up to 30 35 kilometers, meaning in total. So 5 days, on an average 7 to 8 kilometers a day.
I think that is also what technology has to, need to be evolved. And I have seen that IIT Hyderabad, they are working towards it. That AI and maps should be compliant to Indian system. And a Google Map tells you, but this whatever you are saying, it happens a lot. Even it happens to me as well. It tells you a road which is really worst road. You can't enter it, but there is another way which people normally uses, and it doesn't tell you. So it has to be something like Indian map system which can guide you properly. So definitely, I can understand ki the kind of temples you are visiting, you must be facing a lot of problems. There would be another things. So beyond this, like you said, ki you talk to the purohit from the temple. Do you ever interact with local people as well? Sometimes, and they tell you some different story or something which is never heard, or
Yeah,
not present on the internet anywhere.
definitely, definitely. Whenever I get a chance to speak to anyone, we talk to them and get the this one. It so happened, I mean, in the same trip last week, we happened to, like, we went to a place called Mayavaram and Sirkali or Sirkasi, what they call. It is around 40-45 kilometers from Kumbakonam. Kumbakonam is the place where the Brihadeshwar temple exists. So people go to Brihadeshwar temple, go back. That's what people do. But we wanted to explore the temples far away, 40 kilometers from there. And we went there. I I knew there are around 13 12 or 13 Divadesham in a vicinity of 2-3 kilometers in that place. So we thought, okay, it's worth going, we'll go. And also, I was very sure Google Map will not work in those places because there is nothing. It's completely village area. There's nothing over there. Google Map might very difficult. It so happened we went to the temple, the first temple. We, I as usual, I started talking to the Purohit. I don't speak. We don't speak Tamil. We don't know Tamil. In broken Tamil, we started speaking to the Purohit, and I asked him, okay, in this vicinity, I know there are around 8-9 Divedeshams here. So how do we go about? And the Purohit was so, he presence of mind was so this one. He just told, okay, you're seeing this group here of 10 to 12 people. Another group was there. They have come by a vehicle. You follow them. You will visit all of them. Okay. So I told, okay, that's great. And we thanked the Purohit, and we came. The guide from the other vehicle, he came running behind us. He told, sir, I am a guide in the other bus, which is this one. I heard you want to visit all the Divyadesham. You just follow our car, sir. I will take you around. You will visit everything in 1.5 hours. By lunchtime, you're going to visit everything. It was like, for us, it was like Parthasarathi coming and taking us around. It was as simple as that. So, and like, he took us not only to all the temples, he had so much to tell us about each of these temples. Some hidden things like, how relevant, what happened here, what made this Divadeshim exist here. He had so many things to tell us. Yeah, he didn't know how to speak in English, and we couldn't speak in Tamil fluently, but whatever we could, we did. Then finally we made friendship with at least 5 or 6 in the group, and we kind of, gain knowledge from there. Temples have become a place for knowledge sharing for us. We talk about the temples we visit, and we talk about the temples they somebody else visits, and it goes on like that.
So first exchange happens only in the temple only.
Yes,
You,
of
you
course.
make, that's great. So now you visit you have visited a lot of temples. You have faced issues. Then when you come back, how do you share these stories with people, or you just keep it with you for a record?
I keep it with me for the record, but then, like as I told you, whenever I meet people, I talk to them. Okay, about this temple visit now, I think we would have already talked to at least 3 or 4 people in last 4-5 days. I had a talk with my friend, and I explained what all temples we visited. And then she told, okay, coming months, if I plan to go, I will talk to you. Share me your itinerary, where you've gone. I told, okay, I mean, let me share it to you. And yeah, I think as I told you, we are members in Bangalore Rotary Club here. So we meet a lot of people every month. And it so happens, now people come and ask, okay, now tell me, Shalini, where all you went in this month? It's like that.
So, I mean, when you talk to people in this Rotary Club or other meetings, I mean, people would also react to it. Some, if you talk about some great stories, like in your last visit, you have mentioned ki this guide has explored you a lot, and then you came to know a lot about it. Then any interaction with these people when they hear your stories, which touches you or which touched you, I mean, or any kind of reaction or feedback which really touched you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it so happened like, last year one day I got a call from a person who's in Amsterdam. She called up and told me, Auntie, I'm coming to India for 1 week. In that, for 2 days, I want to visit uh, the temple you talk to me. I told, okay, now tell me, you're coming for a week and you have a wedding in your this one. How do you make time? No, no, no. I just want to visit that temple. I told, okay, which temple do you want to visit? She told Jagannath Puri temple. I mean, yeah, I was shocked. I told her, okay, I mean, it's worth that, I talked to you. I mean, a year back, like, we had gone to Amsterdam and we had talked about this temple so much about it, about what you feel when you enter, because it's a living God. It's a living, this Jagannath there. So the vibration what you get is something divine there. She, after hearing, it was just lingering in her minds. So in that 7 days trip, I gave her everything what I could give her, all information, whom she can contact for the temple visit, whom she can contact for the, the prasadam what you get there, and which other temple in that short visit she could visit. And they had a small kid of 1.5 years that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, once all the visit is over, when she called back and told me, Auntie, it was great. Your contacts really worked well. And we had a very nice visit. I was telling my husband, I'm so happy. More than me going there, I'm happy today because they could do it because of us.
Definitely, you are creating a legacy. Like, you are not only visiting the temples, you are, igniting a kind of spark in people. Ki, acha, ye bhi mandir hai, we can go there and it is worth visiting. And then you have contacts and, roadmap as well, ki how to go there. Now you have solved all the things. Ki
Yeah.
this is the way, and you can talk to this person, or you can stay there,
Oh, yeah.
or the stay locations closest to this temple are these. What kind of food you can eat, or what challenges you will face, so what kind of preparation you need to make.
Yeah.
So I think you have made a complete guide system for the people, so it's really amazing that other people who will go, they will face less challenges than you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I would be the happiest if somebody has benefited from our guidance, like whatever we are doing. I mean, similar experience we had in I hope you know, you've heard about a place called Ahobilam. Ahobilam, it is in Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, one of the states, and it is a place where Narasimha Avatar took place.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 9 Narasimha temples in and around. It's a forest and a hilly area, and there are 9 Narasimha temples there. Each one is so divine, and it takes around 1.5 to 2 days. Few temples they take you through a safari ride on a jeep because it's not walkable. Also, it's a forest. So you go to 2 3 temples and then you have to climb the hills to the other temples. You should be fit and fine. We hired a guide going there and we could complete it in 1.5 days. It is an experience on its own. You will you will also you'll see a pillar that Narasimha broke open and came. That pillar also is there.
Okay.
It's a stone which is there. It is, I think, people who love adventurous trekking to little extent and to have a divine experience, Ahobilam is the place that should be visited. It is one of its kind. One of its kind.
That's really great information you are giving, Shalini ji, and I think it must be documented and it must come on social media so that many more people should know about it. Ki, this is also one kind of service to dharma. Ki, I just go visit there, somehow it will add value to it. And I think there would be many people who would be thinking of it, but they have not started yet. because they don't have any guideline, or they don't have any information or knowledge ki how to go or what kind of challenges will face. So now if they see ki yes, you have already visited there, so some kind of assurance will be there ki, okay, now I can also go there.
One very important incident in Ahobilam, like it shows how, I mean, good culture and dharma plays a role in a human character, kind of. When we went there, as I told you, we have to climb up. After one or two temples at the ground level, then you climb up. So all the way up, when we were going, me and my husband, we were kind of trying to catch up with local people who were climbing down, who were going up along with us. We were regular conversation. Again, their language was a barrier because they were talking in Telugu and we couldn't this one. But in broken Kannada, English, Telugu, we were continuously chatting with people. And I was kind of going slow. So people like, youngsters, auntie, you can do it. You can climb up. They was cheering me up and I was happily going. At one place, we got a seat to sit and we sat there for 5 minutes. After that, we again started our journey up. I think we would have gone up by around 200 steps from where we sat. After going 200 steps, suddenly my husband understood that he's not having his mobile. He has,
Okay.
he has lost it, kind of. He didn't have his mobile. So he told, like, you stand here, you don't go anywhere. I'll go down and see if I have kept it on the seat where we sat. So he went down. The guide also told, okay, madam, you stay here. I'll also assist him. And both of them went down. For next at least 15 minutes, I don't see them coming. And I was standing there. It was an Apple mobile. And more than an Apple mobile, it was like, lot of, we do all our transactions on the mobile these days,
Yes.
all our banking transactions and I mean share market transactions and everything. He is a few mutual fund advisor, so all his account details are there. So he went there. After 10 minutes, the guide came back and told, "No, ma'am, we are not getting the mobile." I told, "Okay, I mean we'll manage somehow." After 10 minutes, I'm seeing, and I told the guide, "Why is he going still down? Like, we will not get it. Forget it. I mean, let's go up." And then I saw my husband coming up. He's swaying the mobile from down. I told him, okay, where did you get it? I believe it so happened when, as I told you, when we were climbing up, we were meeting a lot of village tribal people climbing down. And one of the lady we talked to her and she was telling me, madam, you can go, nothing will happen. You'll not have any pain. You'll feel fresh after you visit God. So we talked all that and they went down. I believe they found the mobile on the seat there. She and her son, they thought, okay, leaving it there would be dangerous. Let's take it. So they took the mobile and they were walking down. And my husband has gone at least 300 steps down. He met that lady. He recognized her because he had talked to her. And he told, okay, I lost my mobile and I'm searching for it. So she told, oh, was it your mobile? She told her son, give mobile to uncle. It is his mobile.
Say it's
They were,
all different.
and we got the mobile back. I mean, it was so this one, it was not necessary for those poor people to give the mobile back, right? And the youngster would be so tempted to see that Apple mobile for and keep it for himself. But
Yes.
our people are so cultured, come with born with good culture. They were so happy to give it back rather than keep it for themselves.
This is how Sanskriti Dharm changes you. कि materialistic life and this is all not necessary, and this is not important, and these kind of values they gets imbibed in our life. But somehow when we come into this materialistic world, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, I think somewhere these values fades away. So it's really very good to know that you are getting a lot of experiences while visiting this, and you are also creating a vibe in people ki yes, this is also one kind of service. So I think it is one of the thing which should come online in any way, like you create a blog, book, or come on Instagram with some reels. It would be worth visiting. It would be worth sharing these information. So one more question I just would like to know ki, uh, what is the difference you feel between the famous temples like Jagannath Ji, Kedarnath, uh, Vishnath, Kashi Vishnath temple, and these temples, which are also having a value and importance, like Narsimha Mandir, it definitely has a value. So, what is the difference between these temples?
I wouldn't say any difference except for the crowd what we observe. There it will be very crowded, and here the temples will be very sacred, but you hardly find people.
Okay,
And yeah, of course, very sad. In some temples, the purohits are in such poor state that, like, it becomes really hard to talk to them also, because they come out with their problems to us. They discuss, they tell how difficult it is for them to lead their life in, especially when government owned temples, when they are not paid. Those things, like, in bigger temples such things are not there, because
definitely.
people visit and they are able to manage their livelihood. But in small temples, in fact, it happened in one of the temple recently. The temple was closed, and at around 1 o'clock, and one purohit came to, meaning there, somebody went and called the purohits whose house was nearby. He came and opened the temple. Finally, he was so old. He was kind of, I probably he was just taking rest after his lunch. He came and opened the door, and in fact, like, finally, I believe. I mean, we entered the place when one big group was leaving the temple. Those group people were talking. That Purohit told, like, okay, I opened the temple for you all, and you haven't contributed even 100 rupees to me. So hearing such things, now you really, really feel bad. I mean, you feel bad to hear this. It is like, I mean, you can't blame the Purohit nor the people.
No, I think, I mean, those Purohit, they are doing the real service to Dharma.
Of
They,
course.
they giving their life and everything to run this temple because it has a value. In spite the fact that nobody is supporting, no one, there is no support financial. But and this is how Purohits and Pandits are doing their service. But people, don't look at this kind of dedication and devotion these Purohits Pandits are doing.
Yeah.
Generally, people abuse कि ब्राह्मण तो बुरे होते हैं,
Ah,
ब्राह्मणवाद
yeah.
होता है.
Yes, exactly.
ब्राह्मण बुरा नहीं है. ब्राह्मण ने जो these Brahmins, the kind of dedication and sacrifices they had given, no one could do.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because
Definitely.
of them, Sanskrit is alive, our language is alive, our temples are alive because of
100,
them. So
100%.
I mean, this is also one angle which shows through your visits and journeys. कि nowadays everybody the bashes Brahmins. कि अरे ब्राह्मण है, ये तो ब्राह्मण बुद्धि है, ये businessman है, and they loot and cheat people. They don't know these are the real Brahmins who are keeping these peoples for our Sanskriti, our culture.
Whether they get anything or not, they do the pujas, they keep the temple clean, they decorate the idols so well. I mean, it happens every day, and all days, morning, evening, afternoon, the pujas has to happen. Everything has to happen in the way it is done for years, decades probably. It is very hard. It is very hard.
Really very hard, and that's why I'm saying, Shalini ji, ki your all these visits, they have multiple effects. The more we will talk to you, the more we will know your stories, the more effects and more impacts will come out.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think
Also.
we can spend hours talking to you, and I think this interview will never come to end.
Thank you.
uh, but I think once we are alive, at least people will come to know about this at least, and there must be some kind of awareness in people, and maybe more people go and visit, so that some kind of financial help also comes to these
Yeah.
temples.
Of course, I mean should happen. More people visit, more all these. Uh, I mean, difficulties of purohits in small temples will come to an end, because that should happen. Because these temples are very sacred, very sacred. There's everything in the temple except for people visiting. Of course the roads and all those are challenges. I mean they are remotely placed, most of it, because once you're near the city, temples people visit to visit. Once it is remote, it becomes hard.
So I will ask you few quick questions, and then we will come to our end part of the interview. So there are questions like your most memorable visit.
Yeah. We visited when we visited first time Kashi Vishwanath temple and Kashi as such, Varanasi as such, in 2019. In fact, we had some kind of family issues going on that time, and we were not ready to go. But our children told us, no, nothing doing. We will manage things here. You both go and come. So that was when we went there, and like all those 5 days, I think we never thought other than Kashi Vishwanath. Har Mahadev was running in our mind all the time. And we visited. It was a kind of divine feeling. We felt so relieved when we came back, and when we came back here, those problems were not there anymore.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it so happened. So that time, like I mean, it was memorable. So again in 2024, 5 years later, that is last year, we made it a point. We'll go to Varanasi again and thank for the solution we got in 5 years back. So yeah, it was a memorable visit. And to tell you, Kashi is something different.
Definitely, yes,
It
definitely.
you every step you feel okay, some divine energy is around you everywhere. It's a thing.
Yes. Actually, my next question was this: that where you felt divine energy in which place? So you already mentioned Kashi Vishwanath.
There are quite a few. There is a Kanchi Kamakshi temple in Kanchipuram.
Yes.
It is divine. And Ahobilam for Narasimha. Any Narasimha temple, you will feel the energy. You will just feel the energy. And there are one or two temples in Bangalore we visit every week. Every week. Last 25 years, we have been visiting a Rajarajeshwari temple in Bangalore every week, and all major decisions of our life we will take only after seeing her. Last 25 years. There are one or two temples. There is a Venugopal Swami temple in Bangalore, Malleshwaram. Very beautiful Krishna. You feel connected the minute you walk over there. He's he's simply nice.
Some divine thing is coming up now, because whatever is my next question, you are answering it already.
Yeah.
My next question was your favorite Devi or Devta, but you have already mentioned it. But again, I will ask your
Uh,
favorite deity or
if I think, okay, somebody above me, I would think it is Rajarajeshwari, my Ishtadevata or whatever you call. And somebody whom I can cuddle, play with, it is of course my Krishna.
so which is your favorite text which you like any text like Mahabharat, Ramayana, any Puran, Ved, or any text.
Yeah, to tell you frankly, I Ramayana, Mahabharata as stories we would have been reading from our childhood. Bhagavad Puran is what I've started reading now. So what we have decided is for next 3 years we want to travel and complete how many temples we can visit. That many temples. After that, start reading scriptures. That is the plan. So as of now, yeah, My husband reads Vishnu Sahasranam every day, and I, if not every day, once a week or twice a week, Lalita Sahasranam. Other than that, yeah, Lalita Sahasranam I read and he reads Vishnu Sahasranam. But otherwise, yeah, we have at least 35 to 40 minutes chanting of simple mantras every day. Chanting.
Any travel which was really exhaustive physically, but divine while you visited?
Exhaustive. I think the last week's temple visit of at least 35 to 40 temples in 5 days we visited. It was exhaustive. But each temple was divine.
Total number of count, if you can say, estimated the temples you have visited as of now.
Around
Great. And your next target now, you're planning?
we have not gone to the Chardham. We have not seen that. We
Kedarnath.
are, yeah, Kedarnath, Badrinath. We have not gone there. I mean, anytime we plan to some weather conditions and it is holding us back, it is like, God has to call us. I mean, Badrinath has to call us to visit, so we are waiting. So that is one, four temples, and there are one or two Jyotirlinga. We have three Jyotirlingas yet to be seen, and a few Shakti Peeths not seen now, at least the main ones, and at least some 25 Divya Desham in Tamil Nadu, in and around Tamil Nadu. So,
It's a quite long list.
yeah, quite a long list. We wish to cover them one by one.
That was great talking to you, Shalini ji. So, at the last, I want you to give some message to our people, Hindus, young people, women. What you would like to convey your message?
Visiting temples also is a kind of upasana. When you visit divine temples, the energy flows into you and it flows out of you also. You share your energy, positive energy. Do visit temples, and I mean, as much as you can in your younger days itself, not like us who are trying out things now. I think right from your 20s, if you start planning, okay, these are the temples I would visit this year. So
Hmm.
each year you will be able. There are n number of temples in India. Each one is divine. So
Yes, and lot of people need to do these kind of initiatives like you, because one person and one life cannot cover all the temples in Bharat.
yeah, definitely.
Lot of people has to do this so that all temples stories comes out. So thank you very much, Shalini ji, for taking us into this forgotten temples and timeless emotions. And your stories are reminding us that dharma is not always loud. Sometimes it walks silently on forest paths and dusty hills to go before a broken murti, and it can be fun, it can be fully. And so let your devotion inspire thousands who quietly serve Bharat every day. And thank you very much, Shalini ji. And we wish you good luck, and may God bless you for the work you are doing. And we will meet soon. Thank you very much.
So thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot for making me a part of this.